you'd say.
Yeah.
So this match should be fireworks.
It could well be fireworks if Dylan plays the way he played on the opening day. It's a strange one for Tom because I don't feel like he played bad at all. I don't think he maybe played one really bad shot. He didn't play at all against Craig Waddingham in terms of Craig did 4 straight off the break, and Tom had 2 breaks in the match. But obviously, it looked like he'd got the job done against Aaron in his final game, and Aaron came up with a couple of finishes to put it into a 6 red. And you look at if you looked at every single visit to the table for Tom Cousins, he probably played one bad shot, and yet he still had to get it done in a 6 red shootout. That's how volatile the game is. But as he's been doing for so long now, he finds a way. And what looked a messy layout here is not. First shot opened everything up. These reds now are glorious. And you would expect Tom to get off to a finish here and get off to a quick start. We spoke to Tom after his match when he did come through in the 6 red, and he talked a lot about how he just wasn't happy with the tip. He'd put a new one on. It wasn't quite what he wanted. It didn't feel quite right. He has changed his tip, or I should say Greg Batten changed his tip for him. There's a little insight for you. And he was having a bit of a practice with it last night. I can only assume he's much happier with this one, but I don't think you really know until you get out there in a fully competitive environment. Tom Cousins off to a normal Tom Cousins start. Lovely clearance. Oh, hello.
For those watching on Ultimate Pool TV, welcome to the Tom Cousins Break Show.
That's as good a break as I've seen Tom hit for a long time, and he has one of the best breaks anywhere. And this is incredible. Bang. Could be quickly 2-0 here. Decisions to make. Not a great angle on the first red if he goes reds, which I'm expecting him to do. You can make a case for yellows if he wanted to go yellows. It's actually only the 2 nearest the top left-hand corner, but one of them definitely goes to the top right, and in doing that, dealing with that one, you can deal with the other one, but reds have to be the colour set. The reason I didn't like the opening shot was because it was connection to the next ball wasn't great, and he's played a good shot connected to that ball, but he's gone past the straight. He wanted to be just short of straight so he could track up the table. Now the cue ball is going to be going into the 8 ball. If he can just drop it in and put the cue ball pretty much where the 8 ball is, I think he can then see the middle red of the 3 at the top. Now, whether that goes cleanly or whether he has to come up with a really awkward off-angle plant, I don't know. He obviously didn't like it, so just fly the cue ball around the table. He's overdone it, but he is on the red to top left. Although it is thin, but he is on this. Oh, he obviously thinks he's not, so he is playing that off-angle plant. Camera angles we've got, it does look like he could clip it in, but he obviously doesn't like it. But that's very nice, and I won't quite say job done, simply because the 8 ball doesn't go to its obvious, which is bottom right. I think the yellow blocks it. Might have a quarter of a pocket, but it means he'll try and get onto it into another pocket, which just means a good positional shot required. is that good positional shot. And it actually had to be a really good one because he was sort of crossing the line, and if he goes too far, the 8 ball wouldn't go. Comes up short, the 8 ball wouldn't go. So didn't have too much margin, but played it perfectly. Goes from bad to worse for Dylan. Really, really tough. You really can't believe it. One of the benefits for the cut break over the front ball is so much less likely to ever going off. And it took a series of bad contacts to deliver that horrible blow to Dylan. You're playing the best player in the world. All you want is an even number of chances, and you can't even get one.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's so tough.
That's gone wrong for Tom. Trying to make it happen, that was a very awkward layout. He's got one red that hasn't come out, and it's very close to that 8 ball. I think he was trying to get to the left-hand side of the red. He's finished above, so that he can potentially play that red off the 8 ball. It's just that touch lower than the other 2, and I think he could just play it off the 8, but not from where he is. Feels like Tom's digging pretty hard here.
That's a nice shot. He's got plenty of angle on this to right centre, so he can play the breakout here straight, or probably bottom cushion will be better, but you're not knocking it into a great area. Oh, that's really nice, and actually really clever. Yep.
Really, really clever. I'm sitting here thinking he's going to have to really kind of force this to try and move those balls so that, you know, if he gets the red, it's got to go quite a long way up the table potentially. But he plays that delicate little. He knew exactly what he was doing. If he could just get the 8 moving. The only problem with the shot is it doesn't leave him too much angle on this red to bottom left. So this now becomes a really tough shot.
How about it?
Yeah, that's a better shot than it looks. Just that little bit of side just comes up off the second cushion just to beat the yellow and give himself this look at the red. This is, if he gets out here, it'll be by far and away the best of the 3 finishes. Well, how about that?
So Dylan Leary finally gets his opportunity.
I'll mark that one down. That's as an easier ball as you'll ever see Tom Cousins miss. All his attention was on the cannon. If you told him just to make the pot, pots it centre pocket, the cue ball's going to be running potentially behind yellows, which is why his attention was on the cannon. But the quality of the shots in that visit, that wasn't too taxing for Tom, and major surprise.
Yeah, for sure. Dylan's got a bit of work to do here.
red being where it is a problem for him.
Yeah, and it's awkward because you're kind of thinking, do I play the snooker? But if you're going to play a snooker, it has to be brilliant. But even if you play the snooker, what reward do you get from it? Even if you've got cue on hand, I think you just have to tell yourself you've got to come up with the finish here, and you've got to figure out how you want to deal with the 8-ball. Decides because of where he landed to play the snooker, but sort of stands for me. Even if he was to get cue ball in hand here, you're still going to have to find the breakout shot.
I think that's why he's not played a particularly difficult snooker. You know, there's a little part of him that probably wants Tom to hit this red.
I don't know, it's risky, isn't it? Although I think it's a better snooker than you're giving it credit for, actually. I think this is tough to hit. Yeah, so much so he's going for the jaws. Might be breaking the 8-ball out here rather than trying to get the red off the table. 3 cushions into the 8-ball. Full ball knocks it into the middle of the table, and you're on a yellow to left centre. Went for it off 2. Missed it by quite a distance. If you're going to miss that, you've got to miss it on the underside, so you do then get it off the 3, but you got that one wrong, so it's back to work here. Now you can target the breakout on this one, but you're not guaranteed to be on the next ball. Well, didn't. I think he may well be accepting either the combination or the double then on the 8-ball. See what he's thinking about trying to be on the right hand of the 2 yellows to come off the cushion and go into the 8-ball. Oh, did he get a little kick? Cue ball seemed to stop awfully quick there. He actually has a reasonable angle though, so he can drop this in and go cushion first into the 8-ball, or he can, if he doesn't feel that's on, he can screw into the 8-ball, but you're knocking it towards the red. Yeah, that's the shot. Beautiful.
Lovely.
Beautiful shot.
Really, really good. Needed that.
Yeah, and that wasn't easy at all. Especially when he's crunching the break like that. But
dry though.
Oh, he's going to be dry.
And look at the reds.
Yeah, 8-ball and red on the right are problems for reds. 8-ball's problem on yellows. Yellow's probably easier here. He doesn't really. He does have a couple of openers, I suppose, on the reds. Yellows in the middle of the table are a little awkward.
Yeah, I think my first instinct was reds there, because you just see how many yellows are all in and around the same sort of area. It just looks really fiddly. If Dylan backs himself to pick them apart, his only issue will be the 8-ball.
Yeah, the yellow over bottom right isn't a good last ball to get onto the 8-ball either, unless he's happy with a double. There is enough room to clip the 8-ball down, but you're going to be clipping it down from a thin angle unless you move the red, so he's got some decisions to make at the back end of the finish. That's not ideal. Would have wanted that to stay a little bit more over the pocket so he could work with it. Now it's an awkward angle to connect to any ball. He's going to need to come up with another very good shot. The reason Dylan's looking at will he be on the yellow from where that red is because he's got so much angle here, he can't just hold for the gap. He's thinking, if I play into the red, will I be on the yellow? And it looks awfully tight. If it doesn't, then he's going to have to try and avoid the red and come back to hit the gap. Something like that. And that's perfect. This has been a brilliant effort from Dylan. The previous frame he had to work incredibly hard. He had to work incredibly hard in this frame as well. Oh no. Can you believe it?
Well, no.
It's like the exact mirror image of the previous frame. It really is. All the hard work was done. You just need to make sure of that part, and you've won the frame. Tom did the same in the previous frame, and well, he's left the yellow over the pocket, and it's going to cause Tom Cousins a headache. But Tom will be thrilled to get to the table.
Can Dylan hit this yellow?
Not naturally. There's no natural line there. Don't think the one cushion's even close. Maybe the one cushion with a tracer side. Hard to get it on with the cue ball on the cushion.
Oh, bang.
Honestly, that's so good.
What a shot, Dylan.
That is so good.
He's going to need another one, but that's such a good shot.
It's the natural wasn't there. He couldn't just play it. He had to play it the pace he played it at, and oh, that was so good.
Looking for the combo. Oh, Dylan Leary, what an out! Oh.
That's
what an out that is! What a break to follow it up with.
Oh, these yellows are fine. These yellows are fine.
Tom Cousins with a little, I don't know what you'd call that. You wouldn't call it a smile, would you? But his expression was interesting, to say the least. Behind Dylan there. Almost like a knowing look, wasn't it? Let's just go, okay, this is how it's going.
Yeah.
I see.
Thing is, though, in Tom's own mind, he's thinking, I've missed an absolute sitter to go 3-0 and have the break. You almost feel like you invite this sort of thing happening sometimes. But from Dylan's perspective, I mean, just outrageous. Probably made his first mistake of the whole weekend, missing that ball to bottom right. And all it's done is set him up for an absolute treat of a couple of balls.
Well, from 2-0 down, Dylan Leary is 3-2 in front, because when it's flat on the rail like that, if it's an open table and you're going almost at like a 45-degree angle, you feel like you've got a lot of margin with a combo. But that one, because it's flat along the rail, you have to get it absolutely perfect or it's never dropping.
Yeah, it's one of those that, you're right. If it was from a much straighter angle, you'd expect the player to get it every time, but from where he was, it was a real challenge, and You don't see that many combinations like that. It was a brilliant shot.
Well, you'd never ever leave it.
No.
Ever. But, you know, it's a case of needs must, and, well.
I said the previous break from Dylan was the perfect break to put in after what he did. That break from Tom also absolutely timing perfect here. He needed something to happen. He needed a good chance. Not just a ball off the break. He really wanted something he'd just get his teeth into quickly here, because we're going to the final 10 and he's got just that. It's one of those layouts where you just don't expect Tom to do anything other than mop them up very quickly.
Well, it's been a super standard of match, this. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Almost feels a little bit of a shame that we're going to lose one of these two players in this form.
Well, they've made a mistake apiece, haven't they? The strange things, mistake each they've made has been very surprising. Tom's miss was incredible. Dylan's was maybe a fraction harder, but not much.
Three all.
That will do. That will do nicely. That's even better than the previous break. I'm assuming he's on the yellow to right centre. If he is, then this is a dream layout. Maybe overhit that, depending on what he was trying to do in terms of where to get to, but the last thing you want to do is send the yellow onto the cushion. I was thinking if he just knocks it towards the centre pocket, then it becomes his connection to what will likely be his only tricky-ish ball to get to, which is the one just on the edge of the triangle area there, just to the right of that line in the triangle area. Red above the cue ball now just plays a little big. That was okay. You could just drop it in. It's tight still, but you could just drop it in and be on it. It was an excellent shot coming down the table, actually. He didn't, obviously he's played where he landed was absolutely plumb perfect, but he's got margin in terms of he would have been on the ball at the bottom if he didn't quite get it right. Could have nudged the ball he was going close to, and all sorts of good things could happen on the line he found. And a little bit short onto the 8 ball, but simple enough 8 ball all the same.
Get something. Gets more than a little something. Tom Cousins goes golden, and we are 4 all. Wow.
Yeah, the match, it's sort of, it's not a surprise to see that, really, is it, the way this match has gone.
Oh, dry.
Didn't seem to quite get that as clean as the previous two. The previous two just seemed to really pop and explode on him. This one was almost like a soft explosion. They didn't really fly around the table. And if he didn't quite catch that second ball as cleanly, and it's going to be Tom Cousins with the first chance because of it. Don't think he's got an opening red, which was my first instinct, but these yellows are good. These yellows are actually very, very good. Oh, he's got the gap, wouldn't you know it? He's okay. I was thinking he's going to land on nothing here, but he's got a gap to play one to bottom left.
Yeah,
it's sort of, it feels like we're nearly halfway into the 15 seconds a shot, but I feel like this is Tom's first real visit at 15 seconds a shot. And you can tell it's that transition, he's just a little bit rushed. And yeah, he's left himself straight here. He can't connect to the next ball up the table. He needs the 1 by the 8 ball to go top left, otherwise he has a real problem.
He's done well to get there. He's done really well just to get there.
He's okay as long as it's not hampered. The yellow must go because he's played for it. I mean, I don't know what else he could have played for if it doesn't, but yeah, he's just to the side of the red. It's just half in his way.
Oh,
what a shot.
Oh, how is that for queuing?
He's actually too good. When he hit that, I thought that's going to land straight in right centre, but it's come too far down, and too far up rather. It's now too thin, so he's going away from his work. But the 1 by the 8 ball does pass the red to top right. Not the full pocket, but it does pass.
Oh, and that could be the moment that Tom Cousins exits.
He was on that to right centre, and I thought he could play it and maybe play into the red and leave the yellow to top right from distance. But I think what that tells you, the fact that he played that shot, was that yellow to top right was very tight. It went, but he wanted to be right behind it, so he took the risk of playing the yellow off the red and obviously missed the red. Everything was a little rushed there for Tom.
Great chance for Dylan Leary. His performance in the group was a statement. This would be an even bigger one. And they're all there.
Would like to have got a touch further across the table, I think. Well, maybe he was playing for this one to come back across. Bottom right last ball. This time he comes maybe a little bit too far, so he's going to be close to the cushion. Getting on the 8 ball here is not as guaranteed now because of this. If he's an extra 2 or 3 rolls short, then he can come on off the cushion and he can get to the angle where he can control the cue ball better. But
does have his extension. That felt crucial there. Oh, wobbled, but got it.
That used it all. I didn't think that was going to drop that one.
We played it at a real pace, so plays it pocket weight, it probably drops in, but he really thumped it in. This is the big shot. How's your cue ball? It's all right.
Yeah, I'd be happy enough with this. I'd be liked another few rolls, of course, but from where he left himself 2 shots ago to have this 8 ball, I think he'll be happy.
This for the match and for the quarter-final. Dylan Leary gets it done. Lethal by name, lethal by nature. He is a real contender for this Players' Championship. As Tom Cousins exits the tournament, Dylan Leary with a statement win.